So let's jump right in because I kind of been wanting to like talk about this because I've been seeing this everywhere on social media. Attacks on Asian people, like Asian elders, dude. So I guess like I don't know. I feel like this
It's
like
only elderly people.
yeah.
Weird.
I am just really in shock because I didn't realize this was happening until then I saw a couple of my homeboys who were like Korean rappers put on their Twitter and they're like, yo, like what the fuck is going on? Like we need to do something about this. Like we need to band together. So then I start seeing all these tweets and like from like celebrities who were Asian, like, yo, like, you know, fight the crime against Asians. I guess people are saying because you know that it Corona started in Wuhan, whatever. And so they're basically saying that Chinese or people of Asian descent brought that over here and they're blaming them. And so they're attacking them. So I'm going to show you a little video. Okay, so here's a video that I found online.
There have been a string of violent attacks on Asian Americans across the country.
See,
in
dude,
recent weeks
I'm
that
not
have gone
having that
widely
shit.
unreported.
Last Thursday, an 84-year-old Thai American was murdered in San Francisco.
84,
He
dude.
died this week.
Murdered.
On Wednesday, a 64-year-old Vietnamese grandmother was assaulted in San Jose. And on the same day, a Filipino American was slashed across the face on a subway.
See,
2019 Nobel Peace Prize nominee.
let me just
civil
say this
rights
real quick.
activist and
Y'all, whoever's doing this trash ass shit, you know they pulling up on the older people. Because if you pull up on anybody of Asian descent in Koreatown that's around our age, they ain't fucking going for this shit. They're not going for this shit. So, like, the fact that people are preying on older people, like, that's just beyond sick to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My whole thing is I would just need to know more information on this because it's like people are seeing like a connection, right? But is this meant to be something? Is this organized? Is this happening in like specific a city, multiple cities, or they're just saying in general people are being?
I mean, so
because people have been racist towards Asians, and I totally agree. Like nobody talks about it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
100%. Yeah.
And then of course this isn't gonna make it better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that girl in the video, I think it said AAP.
Yeah.
That's one of the organizations she works with. She was like, yeah, I was talking to this news organization, that news organization. So they don't want to pick up the story. They don't want to pick up the story because it's not like the narrative that necessarily sells.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're saying in under what context? You mean like people aren't like
I'm
care
saying,
about it or
no?
like,
I'm saying the main racism that gets talked about that's
Yeah.
popularized between white and black people.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh wait, don't
Right.
forget about like Asians, and there's real attacks going on right now.
Right. And there's a huge Asian community in California. It's like also the videos I've been seeing about people getting attacked has also been in New York and on the trains and subways and stuff. So I mean, in the two biggest cities, I feel like
And it makes sense. Like those cities probably have more
100%.
the coastal cities. You know.
Yeah. I don't
Makes
know,
sense.
man. It's kind of fucked up. I mean, Jeremy Lin, let me pull up what he
Yeah.
said.
That'd be cool to like see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeremy Lin says that he was called
Full screen
coronavirus
that.
on court, and they are now investigating exactly what happened. Now he put out a statement and just basically talked about certain things that have been happening. He said, I know this was disappointing some of you, but I'm not naming or shaming anyone. What good does it do in this situation for someone to be torn down? It doesn't make my community safer or solve any of our long-term problems with the racism. When I experienced racism in the Ivy League, it was my assistant coach, Kenny Blakeney, that talked me through it. He shared with me his own experiences as a black man, stories of racism I couldn't begin to comprehend, stories including being called the N-word and having things thrown at him from cars. He drew from his experiences with identity to teach me how to stay strong in mine. He was also the first person to tell me I was an NBA player as a sophomore at Harvard. I thought he was crazy. The world will have you believe there isn't enough justice or opportunities to go around, that we only have time to pay attention to one group of people at a time, so we all need to fight for that spot, that the people you see hurting other people that look like you on the news represent an entire group of people, but this just isn't true.
Yeah, I guess like someone made a racial slur to him, and so he was just kind of speaking on what happened. But that's crazy that somebody even like Jeremy Lin, who's in the NBA, like what? Like you wouldn't think
Didn't he go to Harvard?
I don't know. Did he?
He went to I'm pretty sure he went to Harvard. His story is
Yeah.
crazy. Pretty sure he went to Harvard.
Yeah.
So he's smart
Yeah.
as hell. and he walked on. He either walked on the Harvard, like he didn't play college ball, like he didn't get a basketball college scholarship. I think he walked on to that and then made it to the NBA from there.
Oh wow. Damn.
So he was he wasn't even like a highly scouted player, and then he made it to the Knicks, and then Linsanity happened.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What the hell is Linsanity?
Linsanity there was like a year or two. There was like 1 or 2 seasons where Jeremy Lin was literally playing. He scored like 40, 50 points in a game.
Oh damn.
And he just came out of nowhere. Like he wasn't.
So Shorty be balling.
He wasn't like a highly scouted player or anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
man.
His story is crazy, but yeah, I'm sure.
That's crazy to think that somebody in the NBA would be going through that as well.
Well, he was saying when he was in the Ivy League. So imagine like, I've imagine being like the only.
No, I think he was saying something happened to him recently.
No, he said in the Ivy League.
Yeah, no,
He said when I was talking with my coach in the Ivy League, he was telling me how he dealt with racism.
Oh, right.
And he helped me get through that. So like, imagine being the only, potentially, I don't know his team, but the only Asian player on your team, because there's really not that many Asian basketball players.
That's what I was gonna say. It doesn't seem like a common thing.
Yeah. So I don't know if he was experiencing racism from his teammates, but I'm saying I don't know. There could have just been in general, like, you know, people playing you or like teams playing you, trying to get in your head,
saying funny, weird shit that they think is not necessarily racist. Yeah,
shit gets competitive out there.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. There's no excuse for that shit. But I guess he was saying that he went through something recently though, and that's why he didn't want to quote, because he didn't want to like throw anybody under the bus or whatever he's trying to justify. Anyways, I just think it's insane that like 2021, like one of the top basketball players who's actually of a different race is like getting, you know.
Yeah, he's not in the NBA right now.
He's not?
No.
Oh shit.
He plays overseas.
Okay. Well, either way.
But yeah.
So I also saw like someone tweet recently, and I want to pull that up because I feel like this is a cool thing. Okay, so basically just like how to help. And so one of the things they were saying was just kind of just like talking about this and you know, and expressing this to other people of different ethnicities, because for us, you know what I mean, like I talk to you about like things that I'm going through as, you know, black woman, and you know, all the things that I see on the TV. But for us to have this conversation about the Asian community, I think we need to keep it alive because people aren't having this conversation. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of getting swept under the rug. So
and it's such a, I don't know, everything's such a divided thing.
Yeah. That
at some point the message needs to switch to what's the goal? The goal is for everybody to come together.
Yeah, 100%.
Versus like, I don't know, it's been
trying to keep us separate and shit.
Separate, but also like the whole narrative of the last like year has been like people trying to get theirs.
Yeah, that's true.
Like true. I deserve this. No, I deserve this. No, I deserve this. Like everyone's trying. It's like survival modes, like fight or flight, you know, because everyone's going through this COVID shit. Everyone's locked down, and like, and then there's racism stuff happening to Asians, and the news isn't covering it because they think like, oh, it's not like the news that sells it or whatever. So it's like at some point, like that message needs to switch, and then all this goofy stuff will go away. You know
I hope so, man, because it just seems like, you know, obviously things are like being uncovered and like, I don't know. I just feel like it's 2020 fucking one. Like, are we that so low vibrational in the world and so like lack of conscious that we are like really just tripping over race still? Like, like it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure the aliens is looking at us like, you stupid motherfuckers. You know, like that's what y'all on. Shit melting all over the place. I mean, that's torpedo joints everywhere.
That's like, the overall conspiracy.
You know what I mean?
Is like you introduce aliens, and then we don't care about any of this.
100%. Nobody give about that.
You know?
No. No one will care. I mean, it'll take like some 2000. You ever see the movie 2012 with like the world freezes over? I feel like we need one of those type of pandemics. You know?
Oh, don't.
I mean, I'm not
trying.
Do
not wish that on us. We're almost out.
Listen.
We're almost out of this shit.
I'm not trying to manifest that. All I'm saying
is
take it
back.
Like, no. I need to explain
back
myself
right now.
I need to explain myself. All I'm saying is I feel like there needs to be something where we come together and like we help each other in a way of like life or death type shit. It's like for people to get to realize like we're all the same. It's gonna take we're like locked in a crib together and like we're letting in people because they're like trying to get out from the cold outside.
Okay. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Peaceful, cool aliens. Best
Okay.
case scenario.
Okay, cool.
You really want another fucking
No, I'm just
Ice
saying.
Age
No,
over
I don't
here.
want no Ice
Okay.
Age. I'm just saying. I feel like people, when they're desperate, they get down to the true.
Okay, cool, peaceful aliens that we can
Alright.
kick it with, and then people will be like, oh,
Nah, cause then somebody gonna come around like them aliens is on some other shit. Then they're gonna try to like typecast the alien.
well that's fine. That's the next step up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want people be on some
Then
racist shit against aliens.
humans they just like, oh, what are you? And you're like, I'm human. Right now, right? You know, you meet somebody and they're like,
Yeah.
so what are you? And you're like, oh, like I'm half Guyanese and half black. If aliens exist, and then there's like
I
multiple,
might be half alien, cause
yeah, I'm a mixed breed.
mixed breed, cause
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you're not talking about your race anymore. You're just like, I'm human. I'm an Earthling. I'm a Terran. You say Terran, that means Terra, Earth.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Let's just pray for aliens to come through and just
How can they help?
huh?
How can they help?
How can you help?
You said you had
you know
something.
what? I did have something. I had a tweet pulled up. Sorry, but I closed out of it. So let me just pull this up for you, shawty. Okay. So I mean, I guess I just read an article saying that just keeping the conversation going about the fact that these things are going on is really important, because I feel like things are getting swept under the rug. And it's important for us to have this conversation with people who aren't of Asian descent, and I feel like everything that we've wanted as a Black community, we've always just wanted people to stand up for us and like to have that conversation beyond their own circles. So having this conversation is important, and I would just encourage you to talk to your Asian friends and see if they're going through that shit. I mean, don't make it weird, but I think that genuine concern can be like nice when people feel like they're not being supported. So yeah, read into this, read some articles, keep yourself knowledgeable, because this shit is crazy out here. They out here fucking with the older people. Like, that's not a vibe at all. So I don't know if people in the Asian community really care about keeping the family together and having their harmony together. Shout out Jinjo.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah.